are.
What's up?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm chill. I have to talk louder. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Today was what I just do today. I just finished some headshots today. So Glenn put me on with this guy, Just, who brought this client in today. Apparently a CEO of some like Emirates, some Arab company.
Nice. Emirates is legit.
Yeah, you got some money, bro?
Yeah.
Let me know. So he was like, he might have to bring his whole team through.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, oh, bet.
The plug.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been, I think this month has been good.
Nice.
It's been a good month. So I'm like, yeah.
I'm happy to hear that because I know it's been a transition for you as well. You just got out the game.
Yeah.
And now you're doing what you love, so.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, let's run it. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, life is a little crazy right now, but I feel like I'm just kind of rolling with it and staying positive. I feel like a lot of opportunities are popping up, which is exciting. I don't know if you saw, I posted or I started a lesbian party called A Girl. Yeah, so we are going on our 5th party at a new location at the end of the month.
Okay.
I'm really excited about it. I feel like every party, it brings out, new people. It's just something different for the community to like get into. Me and the bartender the bar manager at Manifest started this party together. And so we are actually behind the bar as opposed to like in the party, which I think is a different kind of element that people are experiencing. So,
nice.
So yeah, it's been fun.
Nice.
It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up because I did see it. And so like, to be honest, every time you do something, I just want to show up because like, but then you was like, hey guys, this one's not for you. It was like, all right, that's fine. Cause like, okay, so background, I remember we had a conversation at the dojo.
Our first conversation, that was a day.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, oh, this is a nice conversation. Then I ran into you when you were at Serenata.
Yep.
And then when I ran into you at Serenata, it was, you were looking for something different.
Yeah.
And then you ended up becoming a bar manager at Selena. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's tough.
Right.
And then, I don't know, I think ever since the conversation I had with you at the dojo, I was like, oh, nice, solid. This is A1 energy.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I feel like every time we connect, it's always that.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
And so like, then from there, I guess like finding out you're a bartender, and I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, whenever anybody's like, where should I get some drinks? Hey,
wherever Courtney is.
Because like, it's not, I think for me, like, I just like the way you think about drinks. And then like the stuff that you put together. And then outside of that, like, we just be chilling.
That part.
Yeah. So I guess, why did you decide to like start having this party?
So Selena to me it was presenting itself as an event space, and I kept seeing event after event, and some of them were really awesome, some of them were just poorly ran, and just made me think like, can I do my own party? And thinking of like what type of party it would be, there's not a lot of space for lesbians in DC. There's another party, another group of Black women actually that hosted a party prior to COVID called Wicked Mondays. But then COVID obviously shut everything down, so they're slowly starting to pick up now. And I was like, man, like that's that's kind of our only option. So like, let's give them another option. And so I had Shelly, who was the bar manager at Manifest. I had her work an event for me from another amazing bartender who hosted an event at Selena called Sunset Groove.
Oh, nice.
And it was just super smooth, you know, like we had never worked together. We, you know, saw each other in social settings. And I was like, yo, do you want to host a lesbian party? And she was like, that could be cool. And so we had a conversation outside of Selena, and everything just started happening.
Nice.
We hosted the first one. It was amazing. And we were debating like just doing it once a month. But my birthday happened to be at the end of the month of the first party. So we were like, well, why not just have like another party, see how it goes. And then it ended up being like a birthday party also. And that one was really solid too. So we were like, all right, let's make this a thing. We'll do it twice a month. And yeah, we just been rocking. And like, a lot of people are buying into the idea of like what we're trying to do. You know, it's just something a little bit different that, you know, you don't really see in DC for lesbians. Like they have As You Are Bar, which is in Eastern Market.
Okay.
But, you know, it's more of it's like a queer white space. And no offense to them, like it was a space that they opened for us. But yeah, it's just the crowd it draws. It's like not the route that we were looking for. There's also a League of Her Own, which is in Adams Morgan, which is the same owners as You Are, so very similar vibe. Probably a little bit younger, but yeah, we just started this party, and now I don't know. We're really drawing a following. We're planning to like take it outside of DC. So yeah, it's just really exciting, you know, because I never thought that one, I would be a part of something like outside the bar, but is bar adjacent. And two, the fact that, you know, people came to the party and now they're like, hey, like we love what you guys have going. Like, can we partner with you guys or let's collaborate? And I'm like, dang, we really are doing something right. So, so yeah, it feels really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's like, okay, so like, if history repeats itself, if you look at like the women's rights movement, it's very white women oriented. So
very
like
much so.
With like the lack of diversity in that movement, it tends to leave Black women behind. And so to hear it like as I guess in the microcosmic sense of like a smaller representation of the bigger thing, it's like, oh yeah, no, this makes sense.
Yeah.
History repeats itself. It's like when they get together, they forget about us. Yeah,
and so we definitely don't want to get left out. We definitely need a seat at the table. Like we deserve to be a part of the conversation. So yeah, I think creating this space it's just been really good for the community. You know, a lot of people really just love meeting new people because it is a new event, and we are kind of pulling from, you know, different places. Like, you know, as far as other smaller lesbian groups that are trying to do something to create community. So yeah, just being able to tap in and just draw all these different women. I'm like, where have you guys been? Like, so yeah, it's just really nice. It's really nice. I'm excited to see it take off and continue to grow, because I do feel like we have a lot of potential. It's something really dope on our hands. Yeah, especially the fact of, you know, Shelly and I being creatives behind the bar. I feel like that kind of changes the vibe.
Yeah, because I know when you first got to Selena, you was like, no, I'm trying to switch some stuff up.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, you was like, I'm trying to switch some stuff up. I'm like, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Because, you know, I be bartending a little bit too, but like, when I see the stuff you be coming up with, and like, your like knowledge of the ingredients, I'm like, oh yeah, this is where you could tell like the experience. And I'm like, ooh, yeah. Like usually when I come to your bar, I'll be like,
just make whatever.
yeah, whatever you got, I'll take it. And I'm like, yeah. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm a big fan. And so, okay, real quick.
Yeah.
So, I know we're having a conversation, but then like there's people who might be watching, and I always forget to tell people or ask people to introduce themselves. So if you could.
Yes, my name is Courtney. I am a creative, a bartender, a lover, and just a happy, outgoing person. And I'm taking up space with my man, Owen.
Nice.
I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So like when you set out to do the event, like, did you have expectations?
Not really. I was really kind of nervous. You know, I was like, I don't know if people are gonna like the idea, if people are even gonna want to come here. So really, I just like heavily promoted to my friends. And yeah, so far that has been our biggest party yet. But just as far as the amount of people that are coming, in and out of the parties, I think is huge. And I think that's how we'll continue to grow, just bringing new people. Like a lot of people are like, oh, my friend told me about this event. So, that's why I pulled up. Like, I didn't see an invitation, but, this girl I met was like, are you going to A-Girl? And she was like, what's that? So, not only is it just catchy, right? It's just like, what is A-Girl? Like, it's there's a lot of potential, a lot of room for growth right now. And I'm just excited in the space that we're in and where it's going. That, the amount of people that want to be a part of it, it just says something, Yeah. It's like it's bigger than what we thought.
Yeah, for sure. Do y'all have the new location yet?
No. As of now, I think Salina is our home base. And yeah, I'm not sure what that looks like. Originally we wanted to like hop from space to space and, just create community with other bars, like, hey, there's a new bar that allows us in there and you don't have to feel like weird about it, but, just pull up. And the issues that we were seeing with that is that a lot of people don't want guest bartenders or, they want us to use their products and, some of the products that we get sponsorship from, they don't have them. So there's, a couple of loopholes, but we gonna figure it out.
Nice that.
We're gonna figure it out, so.
Sure. Okay, so in all of our conversations, I mean, like, dang, there's a lot of questions that I have. Because like when you have like conversations in passing, there's like details that you forget. Like I recently found out that one of my friends is Jamaican, and I've known him for like 4 years. I was like, oh, that's why you work so hard. I'm like, this makes sense now.
That's funny.
This makes sense. And so like, I guess for me, like there's like a lot of details missing.
That is very true.
Because like because like when we were at Salina and I think we had a conversation. I think I was probably with like my friend Nico or something. I was just like, hey, let's do this one project, see how it goes, see if like we do this one thing and then see if we can do more things together. Because like a lot of times, what I've been realizing for me is like, I'm like an all-in type of person. I'll be like,
let's do it.
We here, let's fucking go. Like, but then it's like, okay, like let me see what it's like to take my time to like go through things with people, develop trust as you go through things with them. Like the same thing you said, like you hired the person, what's her name?
Shelly.
You hired Shelly to do I'm like, oh, this is dope.
This is cool. Yeah, like I could do this.
Let's see what else we could do.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the questions I had was, hey, where are you from?
Originally, I was born in Brooklyn, and I lived there till I was 5. So I had my 6th birthday in New Jersey.
Okay.
And so I grew up in New Jersey until I went to college. Yeah, I miss Jersey sometimes.
Heard.
But what I love about DC is that it feels a little bit like home. So I'm from North Jersey and New York City. I'm 20 minutes from Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I get that, city suburb kind of feel. And I feel that here. And I think that's what's kept me here so long, is because it doesn't feel overwhelming. It doesn't feel like overpopulated, or it doesn't feel like I'm too far in the suburbs. Like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And it's a relatively easy city to get around,
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. The traffic.
It's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, the traffic. A lot of people aren't from here. They bring their cars, and I don't know. It's a small city with
there's a lot of accessories here.
Yeah. A lot of people don't live here, so they commute here, and that adds to the craziness of the traffic flow.
And the construction is just, it's insane.
It never ends. It never ends.
Okay, nice. So then where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Delaware State.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So I did my 4 years there, and I graduated with a sport management degree.
Okay.
And I had no idea what I wanted to do. It's such a very, very broad field, and I didn't feel like I had any direction, but I knew I love sports. So I was actually really blessed that my coach, I played softball. I went there on a softball scholarship.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. So my coach, or our graduate assistant, my sophomore year, ended up becoming the coach at Howard my senior year. And so when I was graduating, I was like, dang, what do I do? And she was like, well, I don't have an assistant, I would love that. And I was like, could I do that? Like, fresh out of college, I can't, coaching girls that are my age, like, what respect will I get? So I was nervous about it, but I was like, it's an opportunity to go somewhere new. And I had a cousin who lived here, so that kind of helped influence the decision to move to DC. And I don't know, I just love the city so much, I never felt out of place. Like, I kept meeting really, really cool people here. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I could do this. But Howard was awful. Like, so sad to come from an HBCU and go to another one. I had very high expectations. Howard is the mecca of all the HBCUs. And so for them to be as unorganized and...
Administration is terrible.
I mean, not even just from the school side of it, but the sports side of it too. Like, they didn't have any winning teams, really. Softball was the only team that had a championship, and they had won that maybe 2 years before I got there. So I was like really looking forward to this opportunity. Like, okay, maybe they do take care of the softball team because they are the only team with a ring. But no, it was horrible. Like, like the coach had to come out of pocket for a couple things. Like, we had to do fundraisers, So I'm like, we're in college, fundraisers? Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, I get, working events to support the teams that are, your camaraderie. Like, it's good camaraderie to support the basketball team or the football team or whatever. So like, getting money in that sense, cool. But like, to actually have to like put together an event, like, that's nuts. In college at Howard?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. So I did that for about 1.5 years and I had to go.
Nice.
And that's actually how I discovered bartending.
Oh, word.
Yeah, my cousin was the manager at a beer and shots bar on 8th Street, Atlas Arcade. I don't know if you're familiar. I love that place. It was amazing, but the owner didn't care about it, so it went under. But that was how I started. And I was like, there's got to be more to this. And Toki Underground, right next door, was hiring bartenders. And I was like, well, I only know beer and shots. I don't know craft cocktails. But they brought me on. And Yeah, I learned craft cocktails.
Nice.
But a very funny story about Toki. Prior to me working there, I was bartending and dog walking.
Okay.
And I was actually walking the owner of Toki Underground's dogs. He had a pit bull named Dallas and a little a Pekingese, Dallas and Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when I told him that I was like looking for a job, he was like, come on, like what? You don't have to, we'll go through the formalities of everything, but like you got the job.
Good.
I was like, awesome.
Right.
My first serving job ever, like it was an experience.
Yeah, I want to say, what was that like?
It was an experience
that
because at that time, Toki was like the #1 ramen in DC. Like it was popping in there. And I only worked lunch shifts because I couldn't keep up with dinner. Like it was just way too fast for me. But yeah, once I finally got the hang of it, I ended up becoming a bar manager in like 2 years.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, hard work. Takes you places. So yeah, that's how I started my career here in DC.
Nice. Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sharing purposes, because you shared so much, I'm gonna share.
Yeah, please do.
So like, okay, so I'm from this area. I went to elementary school in Brookland.
Okay.
I went to high school in Hyattsville.
Crazy.
I went to university in Baltimore.
Okay.
So I've only been like
Here.
45 minutes away is the furthest.
I love that. I feel like that's a good life though. Like it's so much, I don't know, you get to see all the change.
Yeah, it's seeing the change is difficult though, because like a lot of times the change isn't for people who look like me.
True.
And then because of my like financial position, I'm not impacted by the change. And because of my like residential position, it's difficult for me to like stop the change. 'Cause I don't vote in DC.
Right.
And so I'm not petitioning for the people who are impacted by the change.
That is true.
And so I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah,
tough,
it's
but then
bittersweet.
it's also like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So I be trying stuff, but I'll be like, ugh, this is an uphill battle. I'm like, look, bro. So I went to school for financial economics and accounting.
Okay.
I did that for 4 years after school. I did audit.
Nice.
I had a good time, cause like I worked for a small accounting firm, and they would like send people places. I was in St. Thomas for 4 months, auditing
That's sweet.
auditing the U.S. Virgin Islands government.
That's amazing.
I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's like, and like, when you go to the Caribbean, all the alcohol is cheaper. Mm-hmm. And so I was just shipping alcohol back to my friends.
Oh, nice.
Like we was getting, the white Hennessy,
Yep.
which is disgusting.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
But, like,
I don't know why people
it.
love it. I don't get it.
But then like just trying like, everything. I was sending Patron. I was sending so much stuff.
Yeah, I wish I knew you then.
Yeah, like, I was sending everything. I think that's like the first time I had like number 3 London Dry.
Ooh,
And that's like,
that's a good one.
yeah, that's still like my favorite gin of all time.
That's a good one.
And then after that, like after audit and stuff, I was like, I worked for DCPS.
Okay.
That was my last time doing like financial stuff, because it was just like,
Chaos.
it's so shady.
Yeah, the public schools.
Yeah,
Oof.
they're like doing, like schools in certain neighborhoods are able to do certain things. Other schools in other neighborhoods aren't able to do certain things.
Yeah.
And as an auditor, I'm supposed to be like, I'm snitching.
Yeah.
And they like, whoa, we don't snitch on them. I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah, that's nuts.
So I was like, I don't know, bro. And I've been doing photography since then, since 2018.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, this is what, 5 years? Yeah, about to be 6.
Nice.
And then once the pandemic hit, stuff slowed down. And then these bars were hiring. And they didn't care what experience you had.
Thanks.
So my first serving position was like 2020.
Okay.
And 2021.
Okay.
At Buffalo Wild Wings.
Dope.
crazy.
The one in, what is that? Is that Navy Yard?
Capitol Heights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good time. It was a good time. Like you said, that joint was fast though.
Yeah, right? There's a learning curve that needs to happen.
Yo, this is crazy. We had like a 18-seat bar.
Sheesh.
We had high tops
Okay.
and
Tables.
had to get tables. Coming from behind the bars, like as a bartender, is the worst.
It's awful.
I'm like, yo, I
It
need
is
somebody to
awful.
run my food.
Yeah.
I need everything here. I mean, it's like, I don't want to
Yeah.
have to leave this place.
Yeah, and don't be like, I don't know, some places they have a designated service bartender and other places don't. So if you're stuck doing the bar and service bar,
Yeah. Oh yeah, we was doing everything.
phew,
We was bar, service bar, bar tops, and tables.
that is insane.
Yeah. And this is my first time ever.
That's crazy.
This is my first time bartending, my first time serving.
Wow.
But like, same thing, like they was just like, dang bro, like, you probably learned the system the fastest out of anybody we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on man, big Leo energy, bro.
You know?
It's big Leo energy, baby.
That's
Do
it. That is
I'm like,
it.
man, give us a challenge.
We gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So yeah, so like from Toki, where'd you end up going after that?
Toki. Because I didn't have the classic like bar training, Toki actually had me go to Hill Prince. So I was like learning there. And yeah, I was at Hill Prince maybe a year into the pandemic. And so like 2 years total. But there I learned, you know, a lot of classics because it's just to me, Hill Prince is like a fancy dive bar.
Heard.
Right? So like you could go get a beer and a shot and that's totally fine, but you could also go and get like a daiquiri or a swizzle or, you know what I'm saying? Like something that you wouldn't normally get.
Yeah. Because I was there last week actually.
Oh, nice.
They got new management.
Yeah, completely new team,
I'm like, oh,
which is,
it's black owned now?
it is
Okay.
crazy to me, yeah. I feel like it's karma, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, heard.
But yeah, so yeah, I learned a lot of classics at Hill Prince, and towards the end of my time at Hill Prince, I met the owner of Daru.
Okay.
So while Daru was getting built out, he would come to Hill Prince on Saturdays and have a couple beers and a shot and then go back to Daru. I guess he also lived in the neighborhood too. But little did I know, he was the bar manager at Columbia Room.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Columbia Room.
No, where's that?
So Columbia Room is gone now, but it was probably the most notable speakeasy in DC.
Okay, nice.
Like legit, like presidents and, you know, like if you're somebody of like importance, that's where you're gonna go.
Pulling up.
Yeah. So, you know, to be the bar manager there and then to now open your own spot, I was like, all right, maybe he is the guy that I need to follow. And man, I learned so much from him. I stayed at Daru for about a year. And yeah, just another cuisine that I hadn't been familiar with. So Daru's Indian food, or it's Indian-ish.
It's like Indian fusion.
Yeah, yeah.
like
It's like Indian American
like,
fusion.
Yeah, like they incorporate other things into the menu.
Yeah. And that's what I liked about it, you know? It's very approachable for Indian. And I was like, this is good. The location, it was so close to my house at the time. And I just loved the space.
Yeah.
The space was very intimate and inviting, but like bare and I don't know, just clean.
Yeah.
And I was a lead bartender there. They kind of let me do whatever I want.
Oh, nice.
But I think that Daru is what put me on the map as a bartender. And I say that because of Dante's influence. So, you know, being the bar manager at Columbia, he knew so many people, so many industry people that were just coming in and seeing me behind the bar. I was there 4 days out of 6 days they were open. And so people got familiar with me. Yeah, there would be times where Dante would just be like, you know, we got this guest here, make this cocktail. I've never heard of this drink before. And I made it. He was like, what do you think? I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, and so we would, at the end of the shift, we would just talk about it, break it down, like where it came from. Just, I don't know, it was a really, really dope experience. And sometimes I hate that I left, but I feel that I would not be in the space that I'm in now had I not left. Yeah. So it was, I guess, good timing. And yeah, then I went to Serenata from Daru. And that was an experience in itself. I think to me, AJ is phenomenal. Yeah. I think she's maybe a year older than I am, and she is the the operating owner of Serenata. So she owns that with the restaurant group that owns Bresca and the Colada Shop.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, to be, you know, a Black lesbian woman in your 30s and you're owning space, that's huge. And so I thought working with her would, one, I wanted to learn from her. I really enjoy the space that Serenata is. You know, my whole dream was to own my own bar, like my end goal. Yeah. And, you know, I like how she runs her program. I went in there for drinks my first time, and I saw her like behind the bartender, like, no, do it like this, you know, just correcting them as they're going, because she is very particular and she wants it done a certain way. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. If it's not this way, do not serve that. Yeah. And I was like, sheesh, that's intense, but like, that's a level up, you know, from where I was. I should also mention Daru and Toki Underground were Bib Gourmand restaurants. Okay. So there's a certain level of quality that you're gonna get from there. And so, you know, I felt like that with my background, going to Serenata would be piece cake. And granted, it was like, you know, I was able to do a lot of the things easier than she anticipated, but I could not keep up with the particularities that she wanted. Because it was a lot. Yeah. It was a lot.
But yeah, like that, but like, for places like that, that consistency of experience, we're just like, oh, if this is my spot, and I get this, and like, oh, I want it to be this way every single time.
Every single time.
I'm like, I heard.
Every single time. And like, yeah, it's cool. It's easy to do. It's just hard to work for someone like that. But I was also at Selena at the same time, and I saw opportunities there for me, and so I had to jump ship. I really didn't want to. Like, if I could work a day or two at Serenata still, I absolutely would. Yeah. But yeah, it was a time commitment thing as well. You know, she required 3 days minimum. Oh, nice. And so I was doing 3 days, but then I was like going to see my family, so I'm not meeting my 3 days requirement. So, yeah, it was very intense, very strict, very tight ship. Yeah. Which I think, you know, is necessary for a lot of bartenders. You know, a lot of bartenders are kind of lackadaisical and just they just don't care. They're like, you know, can I curse? Yes. Like, I could fuck around and just do whatever and like not get in trouble, but like not there. No. You can't fuck around there. I mean, you can, but like after all the hard work is done. Yeah. Because there was a lot of play, but we worked for it. Yeah. So yeah, I don't take that experience for granted by any means. And I'm very grateful that I still have a good relationship with AJ. So I want to tap back into her, because I think she's like really going places and doing things for Black women in DC.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you said your end goal, you want to own a bar.
End goal, yeah. I always had this idea of owning a bar on an island.
Oh, nice.
My grandparents are West Indian. They're from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And so I spent a summer out there, and I was young, so I don't remember that much, and it's completely different now. But, cocktail culture is like a thing everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's the St. Vincent is now a more touristy place. They just opened an airport there.
Oh, nice.
And, so I always had this dream to like, not necessarily go back home, but to go somewhere native and, bring everything that I've learned over there, because you don't get that same experience over there. Like you'll get a very sweet pina colada or, a Mai Tai or sex on the beach. And like, where's the creativity in that?
Yeah, like when I was in St. Thomas, they would do, that's where I learned about the dark and stormy. Mm-hmm. Fell in love with that one.
Yeah, it's easy and so good.
Yeah, and it's like, just put as much rum, it doesn't matter. Splash of ginger beer, can't taste nothing.
Yep.
Beautiful, let's go.
Yep.
What's the other one that they do? Painkiller, which is like
coconut
cream, nutmeg,
orange. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
it's so good. I love a painkiller.
Yeah, that's like their, like if you go to St. Thomas is real close to St. John. If you go to St. John, there's just painkillers everywhere.
Okay.
So, okay, cool. But then like, there was this one small island that we would go to off of St. Thomas, like 20-minute ferry ride.
Okay.
And everybody was like, if you go here, gotta go to this beach and go to this bar.
Yeah.
And they're gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
And so like when you're saying that, that's all I'm thinking about.
That's what I envision.
Oh damn, like.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna go get drinks?
Yeah. Right. You gotta go here.
You gotta get the 20-minute ferry ride.
Yep.
It's ferry ride cheap, but once you get over there, they're gonna take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah. I am recently divorced, and prior to that, my ex-wife was a flight attendant. So we would travel to islands after island after island. And, it was always, it was a good time, of course, because you're on vacation. But like, drink-wise, it was the same experience every time. And I'm like, dang, as much as I love pina coladas, that's my favorite cocktail.
Okay.
I'm tired of these overly sweet pina coladas and I don't know, just the same Mai Tai. Like I want an old fashioned that's not made with like the cherry and they put the orange slice in it. Like, no.
When you posted that story, I was like, oh, this is gross.
Yeah, man. Like, what is this? And
oh my goodness.
So yeah, I just want to change, the cocktail culture on an island. It doesn't matter which one, but I think ultimately it will be the right one, whichever one I decide, because it's definitely still a dream.
Nice. Yeah, that's really, like, when I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, that's when I really, like, was like, oh, I can give these people a completely new experience. And, like, people come to the bar and be like, oh, let me get a Long Island. And then they'd be like, oh, I can't taste the alcohol. I'm like, yeah, I put sour mix and Coke in it. And, like...
Or they're like, make it strong.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Tell me what that means to you.
It's already at least 2 ounces of liquor in here. At least, like.
I'm like, bro, just get shots. If that's what you want, just get shots.
Right.
And then like that's when I started introducing people to like the Metropolitan, which is just brandy in a Manhattan. And they was like, oh dang, this is fire. They'd be like, oh, this is really strong. Like, yeah, if you want alcohol, I got ways to give you alcohol.
Clowns, man.
And they were like, dang, oh. I'd be like, you want an old fashioned? And then recently, my go-to drink has been a Boulevardier.
Love a Boulevardier.
Yeah, I'm like, something about that Campari just.
Yeah, for me, the Campari is way more less bitter in a Boulevardier than it is in a Negroni. And I'm like, how does this work? But I guess because the gin is so light, it doesn't have enough body to kind of take over.
Oh yeah, I could do a Boulevardier, but I don't like Negronis. But I also don't like gin.
Fair.
Which is,
Fair.
Recently I had a conversation, I'm trying to learn how to like gin. And
I'll change your mind.
I found one that I enjoy. It's Common Ground. It's a black-owned gin. They use thyme and blackberry. No, not thyme and blackberry. Thyme and like
Elderberry?
Yeah, elderberry. So they use thyme and elderberry, and that's been good for me. I made a gin sour with grapefruit juice and lavender syrup.
Ooh. Okay.
And then I used the aquafaba instead of like the egg white.
Nice. Nice.
This is
I like the aquafaba over.
Over the egg white, right?
Yeah. It's just less messy. But I did come across this guy, Kevin Kaz. He is Armenian. I don't know, somewhere out there. But he calls it a super sour liquid, and essentially it replaces egg white and aquafaba, and it lasts longer.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So, and it's appropriate for vegan, whatever. Like, yeah. So, I was like, I need to tap into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the next thing I'm gonna play with at home, just to kind of learn something different.
Because I'd be wasting a lot of chickpeas.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a waste. It's a waste of an egg. Like,
yeah, I'm like, I'm not about to eat these chickpeas, but I'm definitely going to use this liquid.
Right.
So I'll be all right. So yeah, no, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like, I understand like the idea of like changing the culture of like cocktails in places, because like, man, like, we deserve better liquor experiences.
We really do. A lot of people think, the whole point of it is to get drunk or whatever. And like, yeah, that's cool too, but make it an enjoyable drunk, right? Like, you're not just taking shots the whole time. Like, you're sipping a nice cocktail and maybe have 3 or 4 different ones, and like, now you're feeling good. Like, and then, yeah, you're expanding your palate even by trying something different.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoy behind the bar, is like, a lot of people don't like gin. And I'm like, why? Oh, well, I had a really bad experience. Or the first gin I tried, it was just disgusting and I just kind of gave up gin. What? Do you know how many different types of gins there are that I guarantee you will like gin after you leave the bar with me? Like,
I like number 3 London Dry, which for a while, I don't even think you can get it. You could get it in the States.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it here.
And then the Common Ground one is pretty good. I enjoy like mixing stuff with it. I've been experimenting with different syrups, like lavender syrup, rose syrup. Just made like a jalapeno syrup not too long ago. So I've just been like, what's other ways that I can get different flavors in here?
Yeah.
And see. So yeah.
You can even infuse the gin.
Yeah, so I've done that. I've done a lot. I did that with vodka. The lavender infused vodka. Nice. Which was good.
I bet.
Yeah, so I've just been like, trying stuff. I remember we talked about hibiscus, but it's just like, I'm giving up. I'm giving up.
I feel like that's such an easy one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like you have to add a lot of spices in it to kind of give it that flavor, but.
I'm like, I've got so much. I have so much dry hibiscus leaf in my house right now. I'm just like,
it's more so for color.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna save it for the fall. Put some cinnamon, some orange, and then run it like that.
There you go. Some allspice.
Yeah.
Fire.
See what we come up with. So yeah, okay. So then, I just had another question. I forgot that fast. Let's see. Oh, what was it? I hate when this happens.
Yeah. You brought up making a Manhattan variation.
Yeah.
The Metropolitan. I think that one of my favorite variations of that is a Martinez.
Oh, nice.
And that is with rum.
Okay.
Specifically with Old Tom, which is, it's not an aged rum. Martinez is with Old Tom gin.
Okay.
And I made a variation of that with rum and bourbon.
Okay.
And it was so good. Like, you get the sweetness of the rum, and then like the kick of the bourbon, and then the sweet vermouth. Obviously, just I don't know, it all just ties in so well, like so well. But anything but the Manhattan, I feel like, is one of my favorites. Like if I'm in a boozy mood, any variation of like a Martinez or a Manhattan is like, I feel like I'm doing something, you know?
Good. That's what I was about to ask you. So, how do, because you have so much information.
I wish I had more, actually.
I'm
Like there's still so much more to learn.
Oh, it's so much.
Yeah.
Like people been drinking for a long time.
A long time.
And so I'm like, how do you share this information with people?
You just have them come to the bar, honestly, you know, and the people that are open to it, they ask the right questions, and the people that aren't, and they're just there to drink, like they'll just enjoy a good drink and then keep coming back. That's my experience as a bartender, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, like she made me this really good drink. And I hate that, like, because people will come back for that specific drink, and I'm like, ugh, I don't even know what I made you.
Look, that's
like you told me you wanted this, and I did that.
Yeah, every time I come, be like, what you been working on?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No, that's because the other reason I asked, because I was like, I just recently taught a cocktail class.
Yeah, how is that going?
It was too many people. There was 23 people in the room.
Oh.
And I was like, this is way too many people.
Overwhelmed, yeah.
I need like 10 people.
Yeah.
Because like, when I was doing headshots today, and I was telling the person, I like one-to-one interactions and engagements. Because I focus on so many things, and if there's all these things to focus on, I'll focus on all of them. And
so you lose sight of...
Yeah, like 10%, even like 5% going around the room. It's just like, no. I need 10 people. And for the people that I was making cocktails for, they're not really big drinkers. So everything was sweet. So we did like a spicy mango margarita.
Okay.
They loved that. We did like a blackberry rose lemonade, like as a mocktail, topped with like sparkling water.
Nice.
We did a mojito.
Okay.
Because one of the people wanted a mojito. And then I did a gin sour. I did the gin, the lavender, and the grapefruit. And once I did that one last, because I was like, nobody's gonna like this.
Yeah, they loved it.
No,
they really hated it?
No, it was like, oh, it's not sweet enough. I'm like, yeah, it's a sour cocktail. It's not supposed to be sweet. So, but it was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I don't know. I would want to keep doing it, but I just need a different space.
Fair.
And I need less people. I also think that it would be better suited for other people. Where I'm like, oh, I know people who have this level of who have a level of experience that would fit well with this atmosphere. You being one of those people, we're just like, yeah, I could produce this. Maybe not be an active participant, but I could produce it.
I mean, if you want to do that, like we can make that happen. I can make that happen at Selena for sure. Yeah, it could be like a Sunday situation.
Heard. Yeah, well, let's discuss.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice vibe. Cause like people want to learn.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the people there wanted to learn, not so they could go home and make their own cocktails, but when they go to the bar, they can have a better idea of what they want to experience.
Yeah, I love that idea of having a bar etiquette class. I know for me, like, I know what I like, right? So going to the bar and asking for what I want, I might not always get it the same way every time because of the person preparing it. But I could order a daiquiri every single time. But the average person does not know what they want.
No.
They'll go to the bar. Can I see the menu? What do you need the menu for? Like what, just, an experienced bartender can just say, well, what do you want to drink? Or like, what do you like to drink? Oh, I like a peach margarita. Okay, well, I don't have peach. We could do pineapple, blah, blah, blah. Or I can make you some sort of tequila cocktail with peach or, but that you don't get that same experience every time. So I think giving people like, okay, this is a flavor profile of this, like letting them know what certain things taste like. So even when they are reading a menu, they have a better idea of what they're looking at. Yeah. And also, like, if there is no menu, having a better idea of what to order than just the tequila pineapple or vodka soda. Like,
yeah, I'll be like, come on.
Yeah, like,
I get tired of making margaritas, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're
when
not.
People come and be like, can I get a margarita? I'll be like, no, you can't. And I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing it.
I do like making margaritas only because there's so many different ways you can go with a margarita. So like at Selena, I just started adding salt tincture to the margarita. So for me, it's a little bit more balanced and it doesn't taste as strong, right? Like the sourness and the kick of the tequila, they kind of tie in together with a couple drops of the saline solution. And then using agave versus Cointreau, like, I split my base for that. So I'll do half Cointreau and a quarter of agave. Okay. Because it just brings a different kind of sweetness to the drink. But yeah, like you can go so many different ways, right? Like some people want a stronger margarita. So then you can do it with 2 ounces and then you can do with 3/4 of Cointreau, right? And then you play with your citrus levels. Like, I don't know, there's a margarita can go so many different ways. It's almost like lemonade, right? Like if you like a tart lemonade versus a sweet lemonade or watery, like, I don't know.
But like even so when I eventually ended up working at Ruby Tuesdays, did that for like 6 months. I can only work in the service industry for like 6 months at a time. After 6 months, I'd be like, all right, bro, like, y'all gonna have to see me outside.
Is it a toxicity thing or?
It's I've worked with managers who believe that the customer is always right.
Oh no.
And so, like when I was with Buffalo Wild Wings, people would seat themselves, and I would tell the manager, I'd be like, hey, bro, like they set themselves, and the manager would be like, oh, we have to thank them for seating themselves. I'm like, hey, bro.
What?
I'm like, bro, I'm not going to that table. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, they set themselves, I'm not going there.
Right. I hate that.
And then like, at Ruby Tuesdays, it was just, we were understaffed. And so we were understaffed and like some of the employees were just like, they were just there.
Space fillers.
Yeah. And it was like having to deal with customers. I get tired of people.
Yeah.
This
industry will do it. For real.
And like for me, I enjoy talking to people, connecting with people, and then it's just like that being there just makes me dislike people. Yeah. But when I was at Ruby Tuesdays, I would get that was like the drink that I got complimented on the most was like the margarita. And then we do Jameson margaritas, we do everything. Yeah, why not? But even now at the crib, I also do like I've started to change like the orange liqueur that I'm using too. Nice. Ooh. So like using the dry curacao, and the I don't know, it's like a square bottle. Yeah. I think that's Pierre Ferrand. Yeah. And then another one was like Matilda. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's different. I just came across another one. It's Haitian.
It is the best orange liqueur I've ever had in my life. It is so good. Yeah, next time you're at Selena, I gotta put you on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so clean, right? It tastes more like orange than it does liquor, but it still has that like.
It's not triple sec.
Yeah, it's not.
triple
Yeah,
sec.
It's like this is what you guys meant to do when you said triple sec.
This is what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Y'all been holding back. So yeah, that's what I've been learning too, is like, better ingredients.
Yeah. That changes the game.
Using the better ingredients, like.
What is your favorite cocktail to make, by the way?
My favorite to make? It's really whatever people are drinking. For me, I like making cocktails that make people rethink the way that they were drinking before. Like when I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, I found this one recipe called the 12-mile limit.
Okay.
And it's three different types of liquor, like brandy. Like I would give this to people when they ask for a Long Island instead.
Gotcha.
And then it was like a little bit of grenadine just to get like a pink color.
Okay.
And like that was the only sweetness in it.
Interesting.
And then like people was like, oh yeah. They would just come back for that jump. And I'd be like,
interesting.
Okay. But I think for me really, I like making, I say also what I like drinking, like Bouvardier.
Okay.
I'm like
You like making
simple.
that? Yeah.
Stir, pour, we good. We
Quick and
drinking.
easy. Yeah. Quick and easy.
What about you?
I would say, I feel like I'm so close to like perfecting my old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm enjoying making that right now. But I really enjoy making a daiquiri.
Nice.
Yeah, a daiquiri. Because I feel like, just switch out the simple syrup. It's a whole different drink almost, But yeah, daiquiris, you just can't go wrong. It's quick and easy, delicious, refreshing.
Nice. Let's see. So then, okay. So what's next?
What is next? Well, Selena is going through a transition. I'm not 100% sure what that looks like. I know that there are talks of the people that own CL Social Club coming to take over. There's talks of another person trying to create like a queer space, which could be really cool. But yeah, I feel like in what I'm doing at Selena right now, I'm like curating events, batching all the cocktails, setting up the bar for guest bartenders because we don't have a staff right now. I just feel like I'm doing so much in that respect that I want to kind of transition to the event side of it, especially now that I'm like curating my own event. And yeah, just like learning about how, as a whole, the venue can operate properly as opposed to just a bar.
Yeah.
Because that part, I don't think I've mastered it, but I think I have a very good handle on that. That now running events will be like, all right, you're really doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do still enjoy being behind the bar. So, if anything, it'll definitely be for the A-girl parties.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen. I'm just kind of open to what's in front of me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like in this career, or like just in my experience here in DC, a lot of it has kind of been like curated to me growing, which I feel like that's how anybody's career should be, but like specifically into like what I'm trying to do, it just kind of manifests itself into the next thing, and I'm just like, this is wild. Like, how did I even get here? But yeah, just networking and the willingness to learn.
Nice.
So yeah, and I'm gonna keep that mindset and just see where it takes me.
For sure. That's what's up. So, one thing, so I've done 5 of these previously, and then one thing that I forget to do at the end, that I end up doing off camera, is like, yeah, just telling people how amazing I think they are. Right? We're just like, yeah, I think ever since we met and we had that first conversation, I don't know, I've just been like, dang, I really enjoy your energy. And then like also seeing like what you have the capabilities of doing. I'm really excited to see what you're able to make and like create as you move forward. Cause like even what you said about the party, about the A-girl party, was just like, yeah, I was a little, I'm like, yeah, but like the network and the connections that you have bodes well for your success in that space.
Definitely.
And then also, as you were talking about, like, just like being nervous about stepping into like the different bar positions and stuff, is like, hey, you the best bartender. You one of the best bartenders I know.
Fair.
And I'm like, you got the experience, you got the experience, you got the expertise, you have the knowledge, but then also you have like the personality and the energy that makes coming to bars that you're at, makes it fun, enjoyable, makes it like a welcoming and inviting space.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for like the possibilities that come from all of those things being present within you.
That's dope. Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I could say the same about you, honestly. Like, just to see you move in different spaces, you know, to come see you at the bar. And granted, I just had a shot, but like, to see you back there, I was like, dang, he really does do this. Like, that's dope. And I feel like, you know, whenever you make your mind up about something, you kind of just go with it, and until, you know, it comes to fruition. And I admire that a lot. I think that's really dope. So I am excited to see what comes up of this podcast. And I like what you're doing with these headshots. Like, I don't know, I feel like you have a lot to give back to the community. I'm excited to see you take off too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I got.
Cool, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem.